to you and welcome to Royalty TV News. It is 7 p.m. when we bring you the latest happenings both on the national and international level. I am your host, Brenda Cherotich.
And I am Nikita Aibu. On to the headlines. Further strain on the country's health as the World Health Organization warns the world on the emergence of a new COVID-19 variant.
Kenyans strained as the prices on all sectors inflate. The unbelievable inflation of oil prices.
Interact with your hero on Woman of Substance as she brings you the answers to your questions.
In our feature, meet the man behind the success and stupendous progress in the sporting docket at Kabarak University.
Get an exciting conclusion to your day by watching the latest matches from Kabarak University sports team. The world is marking 4 years since the first case of COVID-19 was reported from Wuhan, China on 31st December 2019.
The World Health Organization was, however, stating that the fight is not over yet. This comes as it reports on the emergence of a new variant identified as the Omicron variant.
Medical personnel all over the world have expressed that this variant could significantly be more deadly than the former.
Ezra Bomet brings us the details.
Ezra, what is happening on the scene?
I'm here at the Kabarak University Dispensary where I've come to meet the head doctor, Dr. Musungu, in order to get more information on COVID-19 variants.
Well, the COVID-19 vaccine was formulated to be able to boost the immunity of human beings against the antigen, which is the coronavirus. And the vaccines have been developed through different technologies. But basically, the concept there is getting a virus which takes the form of this particular coronavirus, SARS-CoV-2, and being able to have it go through a process where it will be able to have parts of the proteins that are in this particular SARS-CoV-2, which is the coronavirus that is affecting us in this particular pandemic. And once that different virus from an animal has been made to mimic the form and structure of the current SARS-CoV-2, then it's injected in the body now as a vaccine. Particularly in the world over, there are several coronavirus vaccines that have been developed, which have taken different technologies. We have mRNA viruses, specifically Moderna and Pfizer, and we have viruses then that have been developed from the DNA, which are Johnson & Johnson.
In spite of all this, the government still calls on all the citizens to take the necessary precautions against the virus while putting emphasis on vaccination. It's been me, Ezra Bomet, reporting for Royalty TV.
Thank you, Ezra.
And now the country is facing a foreseeable rise in poverty levels as the prices on essential commodities continue to rise.
The rise in prices of commodities has taken a toll on many citizens as the living standards become more unbearable. This has especially affected the citizens living below poverty level. Our reporter Dan Kantoretich brings us more.
Wanabiashara wa watermelon, maisha imekuwa ngumu sana sababu tulikuwa tunanunua na 70, sasa ni 150, mafuta imepanda, kila kitu imepanda. Sasa biashara imekuwa mbaya sana.
Na vile umeniambia hii yote imetokana na kupanda kwa mafuta. Umenieleza kwamba ulikuwa unaendea hii watermelon pale Market na shilingi ngapi?
70.
Na sasa hivi unaichukua na shilingi ngapi? Sasa kwa unasema mafuta ikipanda kila kitu.
Mafuta ikipanda kila kitu.
From the farthest corner of the country to the smallest county on the map, we welcome you to our dynasty, a home of innovation and culture, a home built by people and not just structures, guided by the principle of creating a just society and administering health to all the corners of the country, not forgetting to add a little fun while you're at it. To all the esteemed citizens, we say, welcome to Kabarak University. Kabarak University, education in biblical perspective.
Welcome back. The government plays a major role in the health sector of the country, and one of their areas of focus is reproductive health. Nikita, what is your take on reproductive health?
Well, I think that reproductive health has not been given the attention it needs. It has not been given the seriousness it deserves. And basically, I think that parents should start discussing this with their children. And on that, I had the pleasure of interacting with Miss Grace Mithe, a blogger and a passionate activist. Let's take a look. What is your view on the government's decision to make contraceptives free for the youth?
My view on the government giving contraceptives for free to the youth is very much okay, because I'm thinking we all need these things. Some of us can't afford them, some of us can. Depends with also the type and the quality. Again, there are measures that need to be taken if we're giving them to the youth. I'm feeling that in the sense of protection, that it is wise to always have, for example, in a chemist, maybe check the ID.
If you are to be appointed in the Ministry of Health, what measures would you take to ensure that reproductive health is given the seriousness it deserves?
If I was appointed, I would basically create awareness. That is one. Because many of us, as the youth, might not even know how to use these contraceptives. We have not been taught on how to use them, when to use them, at what particular time, and exactly, that is basically what I would do. I would create awareness.
Human beings have a very interesting mindset, don't you think so?
Why do you say so?
I am basing it on the answers that most of us give to various life questions. And speaking of questions and answers, what is your take on the government's decision to make condoms free while sanitary towels are put on sale?
This is morality versus necessity.
The women reps in government should have vouched for pads to be free, in the sense that each and every other month we have very many girls bleeding.
Sanitary towels should be free for our girls in schools because we need to keep them in school, and education is more important than the people who want to have sex out there.
We can't afford to make sanitary towels free because these are private companies. That means that
Periods is not something you get to choose. You don't choose whether to have periods or not.
And so I do think that generally pads should be made free. You should walk into a shop and you can get pads which are free rather than just buying pads.
So obviously it's my opinion that pads need to be free, but that is not to say that condoms don't need to be free. So in my opinion, both need to be free.
In my opinion, sanitary towels should be free. So I think sanitary towels should be free.
Sporting is a major activity in all our campuses in Kenya and even outside the country. Join us today as we interview the one and only sports director at Kabarak University.
David Langat, the Sports and Recreation Officer, Kabarak University. And I have in record athletes up to World Championship. And I can mention 2010, I had an athlete at Form 3 in Morocco, African Championship. Experience is excellent. I enjoy that sports person.
A very good evening to you, and let's take a look at what's happening in the exciting world of sports. I'm Carlos Kipro. We begin with football, and bowlers midfielder Michael Godo has confirmed he's out for the rest of the Questa tournament. The informed midfielder suffered a suspected broken ankle during Monday's impressive winner against the arch-rivals Town Campus. Basketball now, and Kevin Mwangi scored a season-high 38 points as the Kabarak State Warriors beat Minnesota Bucks 122 to 109 to end the Champions' 6-game winning run. And that's all for now. Thanks for watching. My name is Carlos Kiprop. Do have a good day and see you in a couple of hours, the same place, same time.
That was all we had for you today. Follow the conversation on all social media pages at Royalty TV Kenya. I have been your host, Brenda Cherotich.
And I am Nikita Kinyi. Have a blessed evening.